You're about to walk down the streets, go to the store, you hear the words, "Thank you for your service." When you first hear that, it hits you kind of hard, and it really humbles you. What does it mean? When somebody says thank you for your service, they're telling you thank you for keeping me safe. Thank you for keeping my family safe. And thank you for keeping the fabric of America whole. But that's not the full weight of what you do. And a lot of that is nested in America's history, or lack thereof. You see, the United States is not an old country. In less than 250 years, we've managed to become the strongest economy with the most global influence that any country has ever had in the history of mankind. And with that comes great responsibility. So we find ourselves going outside those gates, going into places where children will pick up weapons before they pick up pencils, where women aren't allowed to leave the house. And talking about equality, it can get you put in prison. What's really humbling about those facts is that most of those countries have been around for hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years, struggling to achieve just a fraction of what we have here in our home. So you'll go to them, and you'll help them. And I can tell you, you're going to find great success in doing so, because I've watched it happen a number of times over. But what you won't find is the same thank you when you come home. It's not because people don't care or appreciate you, it's simply because they don't know. So you can't turn on ABC or Fox News or CNN and hear about how you built schools for those children, enabling them to get that desperately needed education. You won't be able to hear about how you shifted a nation's culture so that the women could walk down the street, go to the store, much like you just did. And you won't hear a story about how you trained a foreign nation's army so they could defend their own borders, creating their own chance of democracy, and in many cases, their own brand of freedom. But I can promise you that as you do these things, you're going to find some of the greatest pride that you've ever felt. But let me step back for 1 second and tell you thank you for defending our borders. What you do as the 1% is truly an impressive thing. You are the only things that are standing in between us and those that would otherwise challenge those freedoms we hold so dear. But secondly, I want to thank you for doing something I'm not sure you realize you're doing. You're creating a legacy. See, for some of you standing here today, you're rebranding your family name. You're representing your state, and you're representing your country, and that's what you came here to do. And I can tell you can say with pride that you are doing those things. But when you leave those gates, when you go outside, you're doing something very different. Historically, the human race has found somebody at their weakest point, taken their resources, taken their people, and collected their land. We've done that so many times over that that's just been the history of the human race. But you, the 1%, are now finding a little different way to act as a country. So unlike some of the regimes, some of the dynasties before you, you'll find a place that has just had a natural disaster and you help them rebuild. Something very foreign to the way we've operated before. You'll find a place with no government and you'll help them create a structure so they can grow too. This isn't normal. But it's new, and it's different, and it's what the leader's doing, and because of that, when you look to your left and right, you're not just going to find your brothers and sisters from the armed forces, but you're also going to find your brothers and sisters from other countries, because now they see what the leader's doing, and they're following you. You're creating a legacy. You're creating a different way for the human race to think, and it's something that, it's funny, you grow up as a little kid and you think, man, could I one person really change the world? Well, let me tell you, the 1%, are out there doing unique things, and people are watching you and they're following you, and you want to make a much bigger impact than I think you realize. So once again, thank you for defending our borders, but secondly, thank you for creating a legacy that will be America far into long after we're gone. Before we take this oath of enlistment, I'm going to ask you 2 questions to which you'll need to answer out loud, yes or no. First, have you been briefed on, and do you understand the DoD applicant briefing on separation policy, restrictions on personal conduct in the armed forces, and the UCMJ Articles 83, 85, and 86?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions or reservations or reluctance to enlist at this time?
No, sir.
Okay. Group, attention. Raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Ethan
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and that I will obey the orders
and that I will obey the orders
of the President of the United States
of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers
and the orders of the officers
appointed over me
appointed over me
according to regulations
according to regulations
in the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So lower your arms. At ease. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. The hard part's over. No, it's not. Not even close. But that hard part that you're about to endure is going to create some pretty amazing things for you. You're going to find some friends that you'll have that may turn into lifelong friends. You're going to create some memories that you're going to be able to tell your grandchildren about. And you're going to find out who you are in a way that very few people honestly get a chance to do. You're going to see what limits that you're able to reach. You're going to do things that honestly will probably impress yourself. Before we go on that journey, we're going to go out there and get your contract signed. And that's going to take us about 10 or 15 minutes to do. After that, families, friends, you're welcome to come back in here and take as many additional videos and photos as you'd like. In the meantime, I'm going to have all of you fall out on that carpet as soon as I give you the order to do so. Group attention. Fall out. Let's go.
Go on.